こんにちは、あつです。今回は How are you に対する返答として I'm fine, thank you っていうのをよく習ったと思うんですけれども、実際のところこれって使うのっていうところを掘り下げていこうと思います。で、結構昔にこれアメリカ人のニックと一緒に動画を作ったことがあって、その時はニックはあんまり使わないんじゃないかなっていう話だったんですけれども、やっぱり英語って地域とか国によって違ったりするので、今回はオンライン英会話のキャンブリーを使ってですね、イギリス人の先生に I'm fine, thank youは使うかどうかっていうところをですね、聞いてみましたので、その様子をぜひご覧ください。どうぞ。
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi,
Can you hear me?
how are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. So the first question is, do people actually say I'm fine, thank you as a response to how are you? And you might have been asked this question before from Japanese students because it's such a textbook response to how are you? How are you? I'm fine, thank you. We had to do this kind of like a bit of a what's it called demonstration of But personally, I don't think I've heard anyone really say I'm fine, thank you. Maybe I might have like here and there a couple of times, but not often.
All right, yeah. Actually, when you brought that up, I did laugh a little bit because when I talk with my other English teaching friends, we often have a little bit of a joke about this because this is always what comes up in the textbook. It's like, I'm fine, thank you. And you? Yeah, probably, as you know, a lot of students are learning this phrase and it does get the message across, of course, but it often sounds really quite robotic in a way. It's like, it's very obvious that somebody has learned it from the textbook. Yeah, it's not very common for us to use in the daily life. So when I hear some of my students, they say, oh, I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm like, oh, no. This is like something I need to rectify this now. What I would say instead, I would say I'm good, thanks. I'm okay, thanks, or something like that. I think thank you, it might seem a bit too formal in some cases. We'd say like I'm good, thanks, or I'm doing okay, thanks. Yeah, there's lots of different variations of the same. It's also very polite to ask the other person as well. So you could say and you sometimes. But you would say, oh, how about you? Or what about you? Or how are you doing? We want to reply to them because it's quite polite. And I would recommend doing that because actually I have some students, some Japanese do it sometimes, but particularly I get students from China and they often do it more. It'll basically be like, I will ask them, oh, how are you today? And they say, oh, I'm good. And then they don't ask me, oh, how are you doing? Which is kind of what they should do. I'm not personally upset about it because I know they're just learning English. But if I notice that this is a pattern, maybe I might mention, oh, well, actually, you're supposed to ask me as well.
What I often do is when they ask me, how are you? I often respond saying, hey, how are you?
A common thing that British people might say is we don't say, how are you? We might say, are you all right? And I think Americans sometimes make fun of us for this. But sometimes
it sounds like the person is down in the
dumps.
Yeah.
So sometimes you would say, oh, you're right. And then the other person would say, oh, you're right.
Like deep down inside, you're not really... You don't really care what the person is feeling, how the person is feeling right now, right? You're just saying hello, but like hello sounds a little bit too short. So like you're kind of adding something extra after that. This is common practice. So how are you? And hey, how are you? So this kind of interaction is completely natural. Not always do you have to say, how are you? I'm fine, or I'm good.
Maybe if you're friends, you might genuinely be interested in how they are. So it's kind of okay to give a little bit more information. But I just went out for breakfast this morning, and the staff asked me, "How are you?" And I can just say, "Oh yeah, good. How are you?" And then that's it. We don't really need to go into detail. I don't need to tell them about my morning and stuff like that. So
hey, how are you? Hey, how's it going? So that one's fine too, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, how are you? Hey, what's up? That's okay too.
What's up? Yeah, that's a little bit more American, but yeah.
What are the other alternatives that we could use? So for example, in Australia, I'd often hear not bad, not too bad. which I don't really think Americans often use, to be honest, because
Yeah.
they usually say I'm good, like in a sort of a positive way, because not bad is sort of like neutral, if that makes sense, right? Like if
right.
you think about it.
I was about to say I really like the not bad, not too bad. That's really common in the UK as well. I think some people say it's because we're more on the pessimistic side, the bottom up. It's like, oh, not too bad, or it could be worse, or something like that. Is there anything else?
Can't complain.
Can't complain. Can't complain. That's also kind of on the negative side as well, the British way. Couldn't be better. You could say that's if you particularly want to show that you're having a good day. It's quite positive. So if you're talking to one of your friends, you can say, "Oh yeah, it couldn't be better." You say, "Oh yeah, why are you so happy today?" And then maybe you want to ask a little bit more. But if you say couldn't be better, it's maybe like you want to tell them a little bit more.